Quick episode recap. As the crew prepares to start filming, Aqua takes a look around the set. He notes each actor's starting position, environmental factor, camera, and lighting to envision the scene. Filming has resumed, and as the camera rolls, Kana ponders her rise and decline as an actress. She, who was once called a genius child actor, gradually lost popularity with the public and had already faded into the background by grade school. Regardless, she desperately clung to the industry and finally landed a leading role, so she desperately wants to make this performance count. Unfortunately, the previous episodes weren't highly regarded, full of terrible acting, leaving many viewers disappointed. However, the most famous scene in the manga is coming up, so Kana wishes to harmonize with her co-star to create the best performance. But Melt's lousy acting makes it impossible for that to happen. She despairs as no one seems to care about the quality. Aqua enters the scene, creating a dark ambience as his footsteps in the puddles echo. Unlike his mediocre showing during rehearsal, Kana notes Aqua completely embodies his character. He knows that he doesn't have the charisma and skill I once had to draw an attention, so he uses everything, including the actors, as tools to elevate his performance. Aqua walks next to Melt and whispers that he looks much uglier up close, drawing in his anger, and flawlessly uses it to capture the tension of the scene, perfectly emulating that of the manga. It derails from what was originally planned, but the director takes a liking to his improvisation and continues to film. One skill Aqua excels in is understanding the author's intent, so he uses it to set the stage and let Kana shine. Becoming one with his inner stalker, he quickly rushes to Kana and prepares to stab her, but gets knocked down by Melt. In sharp contrast to his frightening, disgusting stalker cast in darkness, Kana embodies the naive but kind, pure light, creating a perfect scene for the film. After the shoot, Melt comes over to apologize to Aqua for punching him, but he is nonchalant about it, as he purposely got hit to draw out more emotion into his acting. The film staff has their own discussion about how Aqua's improv created more work for them, but the director doesn't mind, quite satisfied with the results, and he assumes Kana will also be happy with it. He calls Kana over to record the final scene, which concludes the film. In another location, the manga author is woken up by her assistant, and they begin their day working on her manga series. The author tunes in to watch the new episode of Sweet Today, and her assistants discuss how they have given up on the show, upset that it made a mockery of their efforts. She recalls talking with other manga authors who warn her to not have high expectations about adaptations, as most leave the creators dejected. But she was just thankful people wanted to create a film of her story. Watching the conclusion to the drama, she declares she's glad her work got an adaptation. By the last episode of the show, only hardcore fans remain to watch, but they unanimously agree that the final episode was a masterpiece, lamenting that the quality wasn't like this from the beginning. To celebrate the show's conclusion, a banquet is held for everyone. Aqua notes how many people were involved in its production, and Kana explains many people's jobs right on their performance and reiterates they can't be involved in any scandals. On that note, she asks him if he has a girlfriend, which he denies. The manga author approaches Kana and thanks her for doing her best, only regretting that the show didn't turn out better sooner. Masaya then greets Aqua, complimenting him. Aqua reveals that the cigarette butts he collected previously were tested, but the results show that they are not related. Observing from up close, he comments Aqua shares a resemblance to I, and Aqua then asks to know about what kind of relationship he had with her. Masaya acted as an intermediary for modeling jobs, so he introduced her to some clients, and later gave her some restaurant recommendations for secret meetups with a guy she kept hidden from her agency. This catches Aqua's attention, and his avid interest makes Masaya conclude Aqua is I's fan. He doesn't mind sharing, but wants something in exchange, asking Aqua to join a reality dating show. It's another day, and Aqua rushes Ruby to head for school. Before leaving, Ruby makes sure to say her goodbye to their mother. They are now official students of Yodo High School, and Kana appears to congratulate Aqua on his entrance. She then gives them a rundown of the school's operations, explaining that the class schedule is much more flexible than other schools. In addition, the student body consists of many entertainers and celebrities, and she welcomes them to the world of show business. Ruby is nervous, but Kana tells her to act normal, as this place is meant to be a regular school. She enters her class, and immediately is drawn to everyone's beautiful appearance, and nervously sits down. Her eyes shift to the giant plot of the girl next to her, but the girl is also attracted to Ruby's pretty face. She introduces herself as Kotobuki Minami, and Ruby finds out she's a gravure model. She is fascinated by her G-rated plot, and they somehow manage to become friends. Ruby proudly introduces her to Aqua, and she questions if he's made any friends as well. He didn't come with the intent to make friends, but Ruby concludes he is unable to make any, and feeling pity, asks Minami to be friends with Aqua as well. Irritated, he tells her to worry about herself, as they are in a special environment. Minami gets nervous knowing everyone around her is a pro, but Ruby reassures her, stealing Kana's earlier words and advising her to act normally, as it's just a regular school. Aqua agrees, as while many of the students are good-looking, most of them aren't exactly well-known, so there really isn't any need to be tense. But Ruby shares that there was this one student in her class that stood out. A girl enters the room during class and apologizes for her tardiness, explaining she was on live television for a promotion. She was instantly recognized as Shiranui Frill by Ruby, and she passionately talks about how multi-talented she is as an entertainer. Aqua is surprised by her deep infatuation with her, and he seems disinterested, stating, "I will forever be his number one." They suddenly see Frill walking a distance away, and Aqua takes the initiative to greet her, requesting that she get along with his sister Ruby, who is in the same class. Frill recognizes Aqua as part of the cast in Sweet Today, stating she watched and enjoyed his acting. She also recognizes Minami as a cover girl on a magazine. However, she doesn't recognize Ruby, and apologizes as she asks what she does. Ruby was unable to answer her, and tearfully asks Miyako to quickly make her an idol. However, making a group is a tedious process, and Miyako tells her not to rush her. Ruby is afraid her classmates will gossip about her not being in the entertainment industry and ostracize her. It requires scouting for potential members, and Ruby recommends Minami, who has a large plot, but she's someone attached to an agency. They would ideally recruit a freelancer. Hearing this, Aqua gives his recommendation. A freelancer who has little work despite being well known, and has a pretty face.